especially more than ever, it's a time to stay in our center. Stay in our heart. Stay in that place of peace. Because if we're in our center, if we're staying in that place of peace within ourselves and that oneness within ourselves, then we are that anchor for everyone else that isn't in that place. And that's the best gift you can give to another person that's going through a hard time. It's not going in with them and being like, oh, okay, you're hurting, you know, and feeling all that with them. It's about holding the truth for them. Do you know what I mean by that? It's like, you know, the greatest gift we can give to another person when they're going through a hard time, and we all know somebody that is, I'm sure, don't you? Like, know someone that's either going through a health challenge or going through a challenge with, you know, finances or something else, is to just know the truth for them. Is hold that sacred place in yourself and hold that sacred place for them. It's a powerful thing to do. Because we tend to go in there with them. I'll dive in there with you, you know? And we don't really need to do that. We need to be understanding, of course, but to know that the highest is taking place for them and to hold them in love and to hold them in divine energy and to know that that's what's surrounding them. And I wasn't going to talk about any of this, so this is just what's coming out. I'm going, wow, okay. So the wonderful thing in these teachings, in Ernest Holmes' teachings, is a 5-step prayer treatment. Right? It's the basis of these teachings besides meditation. It's the basis. And in the 5-step, it's about connecting back with spirit and knowing that oneness is always there and releasing anything that's not the oneness in your mind. Because everything starts from here and finishes here. Yeah? Both places. So it's knowing that, and it's holding that higher vibration. For yourself, for another, for the planet. And it's so powerful when we do that. When we absolutely hold that knowing that there's something far greater and better happening than we ever could dream of. Even if it doesn't look like that at this moment. That the lesson in it, the message in it, the gift in that situation is so powerful and palpable for all of us. My dearest, dearest friend, Beverly, who's been my prayer partner for about 7 or 8 years, is going through a very challenging time with cancer. And we've been, you know, praying, and she's a practitioner, and she's, you know, getting lots of support. And I'm hearing right now she's in a very challenging place. And, you know, for me it's about just keep knowing the truth for her. Keep holding her in that highest place. And sometimes that's hard, because when we love somebody and we care about them, you know, we feel it. We feel their pain. But it's so important to just keep holding that knowing, that high, called the high watch. You know, like you're knowing that higher place is always taking place. Even if we can't see it in the visible, with our visible eyes, it's happening in the invisible. True? So this is a wonderful time for us to practice this. That this is a great spiritual practice every day. You know, Michael Beckwith always said, you know, if you have to watch the news, then see it as a prayer treatment. You know, when you hear something on the news, go into prayer about it right away. You know, send light there. Hold the highest for that person or that event or whatever's taking place. And can you imagine if everyone did that? What the energy would be like going there, you know, like sending that energy there. Because prayer is so powerful. It's one of the most powerful tools we have. It's that thought of knowing the highest, of touching that high place of spirit and being one with it. So it's a really wonderful gift that we have within us all the time. And to hold ourselves in that when we're going through a hard time. Or to call someone and say, I can't hold myself right now because I'm right in it, but will you hold me? Or to email the community, email me, email, put it on Facebook, whatever, if you don't want to go that high, that big, and say, I'm going through this, I just need someone to hold me in this truth right now, because I can't. And know that you're being held. And if you don't even want to put it out there, just put it out to spirit. Okay, hold me right now, I need support. Lo and behold, it's there, right there. This hand reaches out or touches you and says, I'm here. I'm no further away than your mouth, than your lips, than your being. I'm right here, always right here. And this is the thing we forget sometimes, don't we? In this human world, we forget sometimes that there is always that love and support there. Let's see what's on my notes, because it's not being said today. So I thought about this talk and what I wanted to talk about, and it was about turning inward. That this is a time of the year of turning inward, of this moment, and inner reflection, and coming back to forgiveness, to the practice of self-love and forgiveness, which to me are really the same thing. That loving ourselves, that having that place of love for ourselves is as well having that forgiveness and acceptance for ourselves. So we're not carrying the stuff that's happened in the past with us. So I'm going to teach you we're going to do a beautiful meditation around that today. And I wanted to talk about just some of the things we can do this time right now to just step into that. So as a practice, right now for this time of just coming back into stillness and into inward reflection, what we can do. So the first thing is forgiving ourselves and others on a daily basis, so we can heal and make peace with the past and not carry it into our present and our future. So this isn't a topic new to anybody, forgiveness. But it's a practice that's constant. It's constant. The minute you get a thought that you know is from the past, or you're holding on to something, to just really go into prayer about it. Go into that stillness about it and say, what is in me that needs to be forgiven? What do I need to let go of? What am I holding on to? So it's a powerful practice, forgiveness. Then become aware of your energy and when you're being affected by outside influences, other people, the planet. And when you're being affected by internal influences, what your thoughts are, what you're saying to yourself, how it affects your energy. I know a lot of you guys are healers in this room and that you have an understanding of energy. But we have to constantly be aware of our own energies. And tuning in every day to say, how's my energy? What's my energy like right now? Am I carrying anyone else's energies? So how many of you work with other people body-wise, like touching them, doing stuff with them? So it's so, so important, especially if you're working with people, to constantly, in between each person, before and after, to say, any energy that's not mine, release it. Whatever way you do it is perfect. There's no one way, but just to keep checking back to your own energy. So sometimes, and I can speak for myself because I've been doing this stuff for years, and sometimes I'll find that it will slip in. Like I'll feel that my energy's not completely mine. I'll go, okay, time to get it clear. And whatever way, there's so many different ways of doing it. And everybody has their way that works for them, but finding whatever way works for you and just having that conscious awareness all the time is really important. Whether, to just tune in, is my energy clear? Have I taken on anybody else's energy? If I have, I release it now. So does anyone want to share one way that you keep your energy clear?
Yeah, jump into the ocean.
Jump in the ocean, salt water, one of the best ways. If you don't have an ocean near you, jump in your bathtub. Jump in your shower and bring sea salt with you, a big bag of sea salt, and rub it all over you. It's the next best thing. The ocean's great, but if you can't get to the ocean, take sea salt and just...
I keep an open bottle when I'm doing massage, so send it all into that bottle.
Fantastic. And then make sure you dump it out in between people.
Fire is an amazing one.
Fire.
Totally fun.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. Ask your body what it needs on a regular basis. So sometimes we forget we actually have a body, you know, we forget that it's here and it's giving us messages and it's going, yoo-hoo, hello, hello, is anyone there? Hello, hello. And we don't necessarily listen to it and then we hurt ourselves. I'm not talking to you, Constance. You know, we hurt ourselves or we get sick or, you know, we get a big wake-up call with something else. You know, the body has an incredible way of letting us know that it wants our attention. Pain is an incredible gift. You know, we want pain to go away, but pain is an incredible messenger, and it's there for a reason. And it's there because the body is trying to tell us something. So whenever you're having pain or something's happening, to just stop and turn within and go, what is the message? Tell me I'm here and give me the message. What do I need to know? And the body goes, really? Really? Are you really listening? Now it's important. We have a big job to do on this planet, all of us, just to stay balanced right now. So it's really important to tune inside of us and find out what's going on and what our being needs from us so we can stay healthy and vibrant and happy and alive and all those good things. Yeah? So we don't have to have a big wake-up call and go, oh my God! You know? And they're good too, wake-up calls, because they take us to a whole new level. But it's time to be able to stop and every day just ask your being, what's the message? Hello, body, love you, thank you, you know? Just blessing it, taking the time to be still and listen. Sound good? Number 4. This is a challenging one for some of us. Be patient with yourself. Be patient, be patient, be patient. We want things yesterday. Why isn't it happening already? How come it's not here? Why is this not happening already? Everything's in divine timing, isn't it? It may not be our divine timing, but it's divine timing. What's that thing that says, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans? Tell him your time frame. I think that's even more funny. Tell him your time frame. Because our time frame and Spirit's time frame can sometimes not be the same one. Quite often. So be patient. Be patient. Patient with yourself. Patient with others. Patient with the universe. Know that it's in perfect timing. Perfect order. Everything is. Whatever you're calling forth. Let go of judgment and expectations. So those are good practice, isn't it? That letting go of judgment and expectation, expecting things to be a certain way, and when they don't turn out that way, we go, what happened? Sometimes the beauty of the thing is right in front of us. We don't see it because we had a whole different picture. Do you know that? You know, the grace and the blessing is right there in front of us. It's so close to us, but we can't see it because we've had this whole different idea in our heads. So open up to that divine idea for you. Divine idea. I like that one. Number 5, be more compassionate with yourself and with others. Compassion. Coming back to the heart. Come back to that place of compassion. And I think with patience is compassion. When we have patience, that compassion's there. When we're not patient, that compassion kind of goes out the window, doesn't it? So these are all really fit together. And ask every day, use me, Spirit. Let me be of service. Let me be of service. Whatever way that is, let me be of service. Use me for the highest. These are wonderful practices for now and always. And be open to receive the good and the miracles that are happening in your life. Be open to receive them. And be open to receive them in whatever way they show up. I think I told you guys a story or talked about this a long time ago about when I first started working with treasure maps and the law of attraction and making the vision boards, and it was a long time ago, and I always wanted a red Porsche. I don't know, I never went into a Porsche at that point, but I always wanted, there was something about a red Porsche. But I wasn't open to receive that. I didn't think I deserved it. I didn't think I could afford it. So I got a red Honda. I created a red Honda. And, you know, it's interesting because, you know, if we're willing to receive and be open, things come, you know, and it's just about really being willing to receive. Do you want to share, Lise?
Which part?
The part about what you've learned the last few days about receiving?
With the money side, please. Yeah. Okay. So I had a session with Laurie last Friday, and then a few days later got sick. Like I really needed to come out. Hence my little coughing fit. Just getting over it. So, and as soon as I got sick, I got this, oh my God, big fear coming up about money. I work self-employed and, you know, bankruptcy stuff last year, and still sort of trying to get back on track with it. So I thought, oh, look, I'm just going to do this differently this time and just try and be with it. So I did a lot of emotional work around it and realised that underneath it all was actually an issue of shame. And I also realised that the issue of shame is also something that was underneath another issue. I thought, wow, it's not anything to do with what's on the surface. So that was the first little lesson, just, you know, about just staying with and loving yourself. I think that's so important. So that was one of the first big revelations. And then I got a real big, clear picture about how I'm looking at my money. I was just telling Michael before, and I was telling Shelley and Laurie yesterday. So I write in my diary like all my sort of immediate bills that are due. But I don't really include everything in there. You know, like things I need to put towards my tax and super and, you know, all these other things that come up. But I realised that I'm actually using the law of attraction really perfectly. So in the few days I was able to work, and towards the end of last week, I got some work which gave me some cash money, and I was like, okay, great, that's enough for my food and petrol and, you know, whatever, a few other bits like that. And I worked out in my mind exactly what I needed for the next week's bills to cover my rent and health insurance and whatever, and it was $480. And then as I sort of got all the massage bookings in yesterday, sort of went in my mind how much I will be getting. And so I was going to be getting $270 from one company that I'd done work for, and then yesterday I earned $210. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's like $480. That's like to the dollar of what I need, or of what I've asked for. I was like, oh my God, like I'm using this law of attraction thing so perfectly. And now I've got to learn to open up and actually ask for what it is I do really need. So I've gone through my diary and I've put in, you know, tax, 25 a week, super, 25 a week, you know, like all these other bits and pieces, and just going to really put attention on, you know, exactly what it is that I need. Have I gone way off the topic?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
But no, I just
So,
think
yeah.
Lisa, it's a really great thing, because what we do is we only put out exactly what we need instead of more. You know, like the universe wants to give us more, and we have to be willing to receive it to get it. You know, be willing to go, okay, I'd like something for, and I said, well, Lisa, what about the extra things you want to do? Like, what about the classes you want to do, and the extra things you want to do, and the stuff you can't even think about right now you want to do? you know, but is there for you instead of like we get the exact money and we go, okay, I don't have anything for any extra, you know, like, okay, that's it.
And that's exactly what's been my experience, you know, since I've done the bankruptcy thing. Like I've always covered just what I need. I always get it. And I realised because I've been so focused, and so attentive on that's what I need for next week, you know, and not looking beyond the bigger picture. And yeah, it's like I just got a big wake-up call about it. It's like, wow, okay, especially when I got the exact dollar amount, like to the dollar. Like I'm busy massaging somebody and I just get this revelation. I'm like, oh my God. They knew what I was thinking. They'd be like, are you focusing on me at all? So yeah.
So it's a great message for all of us, you know, about really opening up to receiving so much more, and that we, you know, it's our birthright, that you know, that is there for us if we are open and available for it. Yes, say yes.
Yes.
Again, if you'd like to, put everything down, put your feet on the earth, feel your back supported in your chair, and just breathe nice and deep. So breathe in that divine breath. Tune right inside yourself, right into your heart, right into your being. And you're going to be just meditating on this sentence. I forgive everyone for everything they have ever done to harm me. I forgive everyone for everything they have ever done to harm me. So just breathe into that. Release it from your being. Release any energy that needs to be released right now through your breath. By extending forgiveness to another, anger and resentment are released. So just release any of that energy. It doesn't need to be there anymore. It's holding you back. Send energy from your loving heart to anyone and anything that you feel in the past has harmed you or affected you in any way. When that feels okay for you right now, just nod your head. And now take a big breath in again. Exhale deeply. And meditate on this now. I ask for and receive forgiveness for everything I've ever done to harm another. So breathe that in. Meditate on this right now. Let it just heal inside of you. I ask for and receive forgiveness for everything I've ever done to harm another. Let the healing energy come forth in you to just release that in you, release that in others, to set you free, to open your heart. To cut those cords from the past. in beautiful light into yourself. By asking for and receiving forgiveness, guilt and shame are dissolved. So we're dissolving guilt and shame right now. Letting it be dissolved. See that light inside of you just dissolving guilt and shame. And just nod when that part feels okay for you. And take another big breath in. And this is the big one for all of us. Exhale out. And breathe in light and love and healing for this one. I forgive myself. I dwell in love and light. I dwell in God. I forgive myself. I dwell in love and light. I dwell in God. I dwell in spirit. I dwell in the divine. And just breathe that inside your heart. Take that in deep into your being, deep into your core, deep into every aspect of your being. I forgive myself. I dwell in love and light. I dwell in the divine. The power of forgiveness transcends time and space and allows us to move forward with ease and grace and confidence. As we forgive ourselves, we forgive others and receive forgiveness. Our hearts open to light and love that's within us. So just breathe in all that light and love. Feel that you're being just surrounded, that the beautiful angelic realm is just wrapping their angel wings around you. That you're just being loved and lifted and held. And when that feels complete, you can just open your eyes. And come back into this room, just staying with that beautiful process because it will continue within you in the next day or days, whatever you need.